guys? Chris with Token Vaping. Now, just out of curiosity, I know how I react to it, but when somebody suggests to you, hey, you want to try this, it's pickled, most people turn their noses, or they just make that because you got pickles, obviously, which are still an acquired taste for some people, pickled herring, pickled cabbage, pickled, you can pretty much pickle anything from what I've discovered. That does not mean it all tastes good. Now, if I just randomly just threw it out there and told you, hey, I've got something that is called pickled, but I bet you'll like it better than anything else without even knowing what it is, most people look at me and pretty much tell me I'm wrong. But today, I'm actually able to do this for you. So, without further ado, with the actual name in it, Pickled Brews. Now, no, it's not, does not have a pickled taste to it. That is just what they have decided to call themselves, is Pickled Brews. They are based from Texas. That's right, I apologize. I just didn't want to misinform anything. They are from Texas. However, this is one of those brands that they don't have a specific site yet to where you can go straight to it and purchase it. One of the main ones that I discovered, and on one of their posts on Instagram, somebody else had asked where to purchase their line from, and it was also the same site that they had suggested. So it's called elevatedvaping.com. If you go to that site, they do offer this line of pickled brews. There are 4 flavors that they do offer. They do only have, on the site, they only offer the 15 ml bottle, which is these ones, for $12. They do offer them in 4 nic levels, a 0, 3, a 6, and a 12. So they do have a decent range there. Nowadays, most people are right around the 3 to 6. Most people that are just switching over are probably a little bit higher, but most of the more serious or longer vapors that I know are somewhere either a 3 or a 6. This line is a 70-30 VG-PG ratio, so it is good for clouds as well as flavor. Now, Pickled Brews honored me with sending me their whole line. Oh, I guess I could have just read it on the bottle. It's brewed and bottled in Houston. Sorry about the Texans, they did lose today. At least the last time I saw they did. I probably shouldn't have said that. Sorry if they didn't. Great. Sorry, I'm just kind of rambling about this whole thing. As I stated, there are 4 flavors in this line: Baja Blast, Lone Star, All American, and Strawberry Blonde. They do come sealed, as you can tell, with a child safety cap. So more and more companies are leaning towards this route, which, in my opinion, honestly, you can't be too safe. You can't be overly, nobody's going to look at the line and basically look at you and be, oh my god, why are you so overly cautious? You can't be that way with this stuff. So the fact that, you know, that they're definitely following this route is definitely a good thing. The main reason why, as you can tell, this one is still sealed. One is to just show you that it does come like that. However, this one is the Lone Star, and the flavor profile for this one is, it's a dark, rich Americano Espresso with an Irish cream swirl. Now, it sounds really good. However, I'm not a coffee person. I don't do Starbucks, I don't do coffee, I don't do frappuccinos, cappuccinos, things like that. So I'm sure it's going to taste the way it's supposed to. It's just not a taste that I'm comfortable vaping. But it does come with its warning label, as you can tell right there. It also does have their ingredients, and as you can tell, there's not a whole lot there, which is a very good thing, because it means that they don't put a whole lot of processed or just chemicals and crap in it that they don't need. Logo, name, nic level. And then, as I stated, because I couldn't obviously see it myself, it says brewed and bottled in Houston. And in case you're wondering, that right there, it's a dual coil. So that's actually kind of cool. Labels are pretty simple. I mean, there's not a whole lot to them, but they do have a nice little design to them. So as I said, they are sealed. They do have the child safety cap on them. The other three flavors are Baja Blast, which is a citrus and pineapple mix. It's reminiscent. Now, I had to do a little research on this because it has a very orange soda, citrus soda style taste to it. But on their flavor profile description of it, it basically stated that it was reminiscent of an orange soda that had a cactus in the label. Most of the orange soda ones that I know of don't have that, so I actually had to look it up. I've never actually tried the soda because I've never seen it before, but it's reminiscent of a soda that was called Cactus Cooler, that is primarily based in or found in Southern California, I believe, but it does spread out a little bit further than that, and Texas was part of where it was found. So again, I've never had the pleasure of trying the soda, so I can't say how dead on it is to that. But it does have a definite orange soda taste to it. Now, when I tried it, I did get that out of it, but like I said, I'm not sure if they were specifically trying to refer to a specific one. But if you've ever had an orange soda, whether it's Crush, Sunkist, Fanta, you know the flavor taste. So it definitely has that. It has that orangey, bubbly kick to it, which is really weird because there's no carbonation in the e-liquid. So, but to be able to emulate that little bubbly kick to it is actually kind of cool. Now, normally when I get more than one flavor with a set, I try to pick one specific one that I enjoy. Wow, I don't know why that's angled so bad. Much better. I try to find one specific flavor in that set that I say is my favorite of the set. And usually it's been pretty simple for me. However, this is one of the rare times where it was actually a toss-up between the All-American and Strawberry Blonde. Now, normally, anytime there's a flavor that's specifically strawberry, that's the first one that I gravitate towards. It'll be the first one that I try. That's the first one that I'll vape on a bit, just because I like the strawberry taste. Which is weird because I'm not a fan of like strawberry candy. I'm not a fan of, artificial strawberry. But vaping wise, I've discovered most of the stuff that has a good strawberry taste to it, I gravitate towards. It might have something to do with I have a little hidden spot for strawberry cheesecake specifically, so it might have something to do with that. Now, the two flavors here, Strawberry Blonde and All-American. First off, I just want to say that, regardless of which flavor you choose, even if you get the whole set, this is an impressively spot-on flavor profiles for these. The way that they're supposed to taste is pretty much the way they taste. Like I said, the citrus soda style, I would have to imagine that's not an easy flavor to be able to emulate. And like I said, to be able to get that little carbonated little kick that you kind of feel when you're drinking the soda. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say it tastes exactly like drinking the soda, but you definitely feel like you are, drinking something similar to that. That's to me, that is impressive. Like, again, I don't know all of the science behind the mixing and the processing, but I know it's not easy. I do know that there is some serious, experience and ability and smarts needed for it. But all three of the ones that I tried, for what they're supposed to be, they're pretty much dead on. I mean, there's not a whole lot of room for a problem to where I can say, it tasted like this, but it was really weak here, or I didn't have this specific for it. The All-American is literally, when you think something All-American, a lot of people think apple pie, and I'm telling you, right down to the hit of cinnamon, you know, that some people put in theirs or they bake into theirs. This has it. You know, it's a full flavored apple pie, and not just a store-bought apple pie, something like that. I mean, it's basically kind of a homemade chunks of apple with cinnamon, and a bit of brown sugar, you know, in the pie crust, and you get that little, right at the end of it, you get a very nice little vanilla ice cream exhale to it. But it's not overbearing. You know, it focuses more on the warm apple cinnamon taste of it, which is it's a very enjoyable flavor. The strawberry blonde, now this one's kind of up in the air as far as to what you're going to taste. The profile is basically a vanilla taffy with ripe strawberries. Now, on paper, you think that, and you hear taffy and strawberry, and you're going to think of like chewy strawberry candy, you know, whether it's like a Laffy Taffy or Starburst or things like that. But the weird part for me on that was there are points where I vaped on it and I definitely got the strawberry taffy flavor. And then there was a couple of points on it where it had more of a mellow, I'd say almost like a Kool-Aid or lemonade type taste to it. So I'm not sure specifically if there's like a medium or a mid-range that, you know, either or, it can go either way. Regardless, it was still a very solid vape, like as I stated. Not too sweet. None of these were overly sweet. None of these were overly, you know, in your face, just, you know, strong to where, you know, you feel like you do after you eat like a candy bar or something, and you just like sweet it out when you're done with it. Any one of these could definitely be a good all-day vape, because at least you know you're getting the full flavor out of it. And, you know, before I forget, I will show you the vapor production on it. So I'm going to do the strawberry blonde for the video, as far as just for all intents and purposes. Like I said, this was a really hard one for me to specifically pick whether it was going to be the strawberry blonde or the All-American. Ordinarily, I probably would have sided with the strawberry blonde on any given day, for the most part. And I think a lot of that's just more because of what I'm comfortable with. That's what I enjoy the most that I know of. But for Pickled Brews, honestly, I think I'm going to have to go with the All-American as my choice for this set. I mean, it just had a very solid, all-around apple pie taste. Now, you're probably wondering why I didn't choose that one to do on the vape. Again, out of habit, I just go to grab one, and, you know, I think strawberry, and okay, I'll go with it. But just showing you right now, 56. Very good cloud production. I mean, you're not going to be lacking. See, now the aftertaste on that one was more of a lemonade type flavor. Yeah, I would actually lean more towards a strawberry lemonade style, more so than I guess the taffy. Now, you may still get the taffy flavor out of that. It does have a creaminess to it, which obviously you're not going to find in lemonade. But the exhale on that both times was very much a more cooler type drink flavor. Take it up to 64 real quick. Again, great clouds. That one was primarily all strawberries, so I actually really like that one. Again, you know, the higher you go, you're definitely going to get more flavor out of this, as most people know. the 56 range just is a very comfortable vape for me. I generally will always start there unless I know that, you know, whatever I have built in here is meant to go lower to start. But it's just a really good medium spot for me to try. I usually, unless I know it's like a 50-50 mix, it's a good point to start because I know it's not going to be too much. I'd rather it be not enough, so then I can kind of go up a little bit instead of it being overbearing and slammy in my face type flavor. No throat kick whatsoever at all. Very, very smooth, as I stated. You know, this is definitely a good all-day vape line. I'm not sure if they do make bigger bottles. I'm sure if you reached out to them at pickledbrews.com, or I believe it's info@pickledbrews.com. They're on Facebook and Instagram as well. I believe if you actually asked them, they could probably make a bigger bottle and then just accommodate the pricing for it as well. So don't be deterred if you vape a lot and you're like, well, I'm going to blow through this 15 ml bottle in, you know, half a day. Most companies generally just do that as far as just to be able to get their product out so that people can try them, sample them, stores can pick them up, and they're a little bit cheaper in quantity. But again, a lot of companies are, for the most part, you know, if you reach out to them and say, hey, you know, I sampled yours, I bought a 15 ml bottle, you know, it was really good, I liked it. Do you guys make bigger ones? I'm sure that I'm almost positive that they'll be more than willing to accommodate, or at least they can figure out a way to accommodate you for that. As I stated, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram. They do have a website. Like I said, it's just more of an informative type website than a shopping site, but it will take you over to, you can go to elevatedvaping.com and pick up their line. They do carry a few other lines as well as various accessories and product lines like that as well. But again, you know, there's really nothing negative I can say about this line. You know, they definitely devoted the time into this. They are, you know, relatively newer company, but you know, they definitely have done their homework and made sure that they realized what they're wanting to put out and making sure that that's what gets put out. Now, as far as to whether or not they're going to change it up a little bit here and there, or they're going to offer more flavors or swap out some flavors, you know, time will tell. But for right now, the 4 that they have, you know, it is a decent range. So, I mean, unless you have a very specific taste palette, you know, I definitely would suggest giving them a try. Like I said, it definitely is a really good choice for an all-day vape. With that said, guys, I thank you very much, Pickled Brews. Thank you for the opportunity to do the review on your line. I am very impressed with it. Solid flavors, good cloud production. You know, again, tokenvaping@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. Like, follow, subscribe. Anything that you guys want to know about, want a review done on, or are curious about, you know, maybe something I already did that you may not have caught, I can answer for you. Maybe something that you want me to try and I can test it out. Maybe something I'd like and I can try to accommodate your requests, and you know, maybe a few shops myself I can have them sample as well. Just anything. You know, I am blessed every day to be able to continue to do this, and I can't do that without the love and support of the vaping community. So from me to all of you out there, thank you very much. Until next time, Chris with Token Vaping. Vape on, vape strong, guys. Have a good night.